Welcome to Locked and Loaded Sports. It's time to lock in, load up, and win big. If you're serious about sports and love cashing in on solid picks, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and let's get to work. In this video, we will discuss the NFL Wildcard Saturday doubleheader, giving you 2 free picks per game, with 1 on the total and 1 on the side. We will be using a blend of historical data, advanced sports analytics, and real-world sentiment to deliver sharp and sometimes contrarian betting picks. Welcome to the kickoff of the NFL Postseason, where we have a fascinating clash of styles and history set for Saturday afternoon in Charlotte. The Los Angeles Rams arrive as the heavy hitters of the NFC, boasting an elite offense that averaged over 30 points per game during the regular season. Head coach Sean McVay has his squad firing on all cylinders at the perfect time, and he received a major boost this week with news that star wide receiver Davante Adams appears ready to go. Despite a lingering hamstring issue that sidelined him recently, Adams is expected to be on the field, providing Matthew Stafford with a premier vertical threat alongside the record-breaking Puka Nacua. However, as they head into Bank of America Stadium, the Rams carry the memory of a stunning Week 13 loss on this very same field, where turnovers and a resilient Carolina defense proved to be their undoing. On the other side of the field, the Carolina Panthers represent one of the most improbable division champions in recent memory. Under the leadership of head coach Dave Canales, this team has developed a unique home dog, grit that cannot be ignored. Canales has successfully unlocked the potential of rookie standout Tet McMillan, who recently set the franchise rookie receiving record and has become the go-to playmaker for Bryce Young in high-leverage situations. While the Panthers finished with a losing record and a negative point differential, they have shown a knack for bending without breaking and consistently keeping games within reach. Historically, Carolina has acted as a persistent stumbling block for the Rams, who have failed to cover the spread in 6 of their last 7 trips to North Carolina. While the Rams are statistically the superior team and enter as double-digit favorites, a 10-point spread in a playoff game is a massive mountain to climb against a team that has already beaten them this season. Sean McVay likely has too much firepower for Dave Canales and the Panthers to pull off a second miracle upset, but Carolina's ability to keep games close at home and the Rams' recent struggles to cover on the road suggest a tight contest. Because of that historical trend and the pressure of the postseason, expect a competitive game that stays within the number. We are getting locked and loaded with the Panthers to cover. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much. And now we shift our focus from the point spread to the scoreboard. The over-under total for this wildcard showdown is currently set in the mid-40s. This number creates a compelling debate between 2 teams that have consistently found themselves on opposite ends of the scoring spectrum all season long. The argument for the over begins and ends with the sheer explosive potential of Sean McVay's offensive scheme. The Los Angeles Rams lead the league in scoring, and with a veteran like Matthew Stafford at the helm, they have shown an ability to hang 40 points on any given Sunday. The return of Davante Adams to full health provides a lethal red zone weapon that, when paired with Puka, creates a pick-your-poison scenario for a Carolina secondary. Furthermore, when these 2 teams met in Week 13, they flew past this current total in a 31-28 shootout. If head coach Dave Canales can get Bryce Young into a rhythm early with quick strikes to Tet McMillan, this game could quickly turn into a track meet where both teams trade blows well into the 4th quarter. However, there is a strong case to be made for the under, especially given the high-stakes environment of playoff football. While the Rams' offense is elite, the Panthers' defense has been their calling card, often slowing games down and forcing opponents into long, methodical drives. Carolina's offense has struggled with consistency, as evidenced by their 14-point output in the season finale, and they may struggle to contribute their share to a high total if the Rams' pass rush disrupts Bryce Young's timing. Additionally, the forecast for Charlotte suggests a chance of showers and cooling temperatures, conditions that historically favor the ground game and keep the clock moving. In a win-or-go-home scenario, coaches often lean on more conservative play calling, which could lead to a lower-scoring defensive struggle. Despite the potential for a defensive battle, the sheer efficiency of the Rams' passing attack and the Panthers' recent history of scoring more effectively at home suggests that the points will be there. The Rams are capable of doing the heavy lifting on the scoreboard themselves, and Dave Canales has shown he can design plays for his players to exploit specific matchups, especially for McMillan. We are getting locked and loaded with the over. Let us know in the comments your favorite wildcard picks for this weekend. It helps our channel out a bunch. Thank you. Now we discuss the second game of this wildcard doubleheader, where the oldest rivalry in professional football reaches its boiling point this Saturday night at Soldier Field. The Chicago Bears enter this wildcard clash as the champions of the North, a team transformed under the innovative guidance of head coach Ben Johnson. In his debut season, Johnson has turned quarterback sensation Caleb Williams into a franchise cornerstone, leading a high-powered offense that ranks in the top 10 in scoring and total efficiency. The Bears have been nearly untouchable at home this year, winning 6 of their last 7 on the lakefront, fueled by a defense that thrives in the cold and an offense that averages nearly 26 points per game. However, they carry the weight of a staggering historical burden, having lost 14 of their last 16 home games against their rivals from the north. Marching into the Windy City are the Green Bay Packers, a team that defines the dangerous playoff underdog narrative. While head coach Matt LaFleur rested his stars in a Week 18 loss to Minnesota, his squad is expected to be back at full strength with Jordan Love returning to the lineup. Love has been a master of this rivalry, posting a stellar 120-plus passer rating in their first meeting this season and leading a passing attack that ranks among the most efficient in the league. Despite a recent slide in the struggling road record where they have failed to cover the spread in 9 of their last 11 away games, the Packers seem to find a different gear when they see the lights at Soldier Field. They have dominated the betting window in this series, covering 11 of the last 14 matchups overall. When you factor in the lakefront home field advantage, where the Bears have won 6 of their last 7, and the psychological shift following their Week 16 overtime win, the momentum is clearly wearing navy and orange. For years, this matchup was a foregone conclusion, but the 2025 season has shown that Ben Johnson's squad is no longer intimidated by the green and gold. With the division title already under their belt and a stadium that has become a fortress for their young quarterback, the Bears are primed to handle business at home. We are getting locked and loaded with the Bears to cover. Friendly reminder to hit that like button. We appreciate you. As the betting line stabilizes for this primetime wildcard showdown, the spotlight moves to the point total, which is currently set in the mid-40s. This number sits right on the edge of a scoring threshold that has sparked a massive debate among analysts, as both these teams have shown they can either ignite a fireworks show or settle into a gritty, low-scoring defensive battle. The case for the over starts with the elite offensive minds on both sidelines and the sheer density of young playmakers. Under head coach Ben Johnson, the Chicago Bears have evolved into a top 10 scoring offense, and with rookie stars like Luther Burden III and tight end Colston Loveland providing reliable targets across the middle, they have the firepower to sustain long scoring drives. When these two teams met in their first matchup this season, they combined for 49 points in a game that saw both passing attacks find consistent success. If Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers can exploit a Bears secondary that has occasionally been vulnerable to the deep ball, this game could quickly turn into a track meet that easily surpasses the 46-point mark. However, the argument for the under is rooted in the harsh reality of playoff football in January and the statistical trends at Soldier Field. The forecast for Chicago on Saturday night calls for temperatures plummeting into the 20s, conditions that historically favor the ground game and keep the clock running. While the Bears have been high-flying on the road, their defensive unit has been a different animal at home, where the total has actually gone under in 6 of their last 7 games. Furthermore, the most recent meeting between these rivals just a few weeks ago resulted in a 22-16 defensive struggle that failed to reach even 40 points. In a win-or-go-home scenario, Ben Johnson may lean on a more conservative, ball control strategy to protect his quarterback, which could lead to a physical, low-scoring affair. While the potential for an offensive explosion exists given the talent on the field, the combination of a freezing Chicago forecast, the high stakes of the postseason, and the Bears' recent trend of low-scoring defensive performances at home points toward a more methodical, grinded-out game. Expect the defenses to dictate the pace of this one, keeping the final tally lower than the projected line. We are getting locked and loaded with the under. That wraps up another breakdown here on Locked and Loaded Sports. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the latest sports analysis and betting insights. More picks, more locks, and more action is coming your way. That's all for now. Stay sharp, stay ready, and get locked and loaded.